Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be Hyuk versus ForGG on Bloody Ridge. Top right, it is our white Zerg player Hyuk. Under a barcode name, and in the bottom left, it is ForGG. RJB figured out that it is ForGG through a combination of investigative measures featuring APM levels and hotkeys and a bunch of different stuff. So again, this is ForGG versus Hyuk for your Monday. Should be a super excellent, very, very good game for us today. I'm excited to see it. Hyuk's been on a roll this year. I feel like the replays I've cast of his have been very, very good. I want to say this is a 2020 replay. If I remember the date stamp on it, you do have to kind of name your replays with the date stamp if you want to know what they are, because there's no inherent date stamping on the replay files themselves. That is something I would have really enjoyed seeing from the remaster, is date and time stamping on replays inherent to the replay, some metadata in there so that you could tell when a game was played without having to rely on whoever happened to rename the file, right? So it's, yeah, I mean, we're never getting it, is the whole point. So, cruising around. Drone going for the scout, Overlord doing that too. It is a two-player map. Bloody Ridge is. We got this little center area that we've had people try to take. Zergs have tried to take this before. I think a Protoss has set up house in here before too. There's not a ton of places to expand to on this map, so this comes into play sooner than you might expect. But walling off the front here with the barracks, that's a good play for sure. Drone can't get through because the barracks is too fat. Get on out of here, drone. You can't scout us. We blocked off our front door with the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah. So there is the hatch first play. He recognizes it was barracks first play here and says, okay, so it's not a proxy. I can get away with the hatch first. Should be fine. Going for the pool and then the extractor there at 11 supply. Overlord is cruising around, just, you know, trying to see, just setting up for future checks of maybe proxies or drops coming in from a certain direction. ForGG is just, he's an excellent player, man. I don't have enough ForGG replays, I feel like, but actually now that we know that this Ultralisk player is ForGG, it might actually, I might have more replays than I thought. Yeah, that's a good thought, actually. So how are things in your neck of the woods? I'm casting this on Wednesday, the 15th of December. We had a ginormous snowstorm come through Salt Lake City in Utah, which is where I'm from, and overnight, and it just dumped, I want to say, 1.5 feet of snow on my driveway and my front lawn and my back lawn too. But yeah, I work from home, so I've just stayed at home all day today. I have not left the house once for any reason whatsoever, and it's been nice. The snow will still be there on my driveway when I go shovel it tomorrow. But I made the decision to not leave the house today, and I think that decision has proven to be a good one. The snowplows haven't even plowed our circle yet, which they don't, I mean, we are a super low priority. We're in a weird, we're in a weird location, basically. And so the plows don't come to the circle. Probably I don't expect them till tomorrow. So expanding here is ForGG, going for a sunken at the front. He's really worried about early pressure here. Is this just a straight go to mech opening? I'm realizing it is. Whoa. All right, man. ForGG does love his mech. I did not expect it to be mech initially right off the bat, though, but it seems like it is. There's no marine production coming from this barracks at all. Not at all. Ultralisk den coming in. But if this is going to be mech, lurkers are not what you're going to want here. Interesting choices. Interesting choices being made right now from both players. Going for Overlord speed. I think he just wants to get a scout off here, and having Overlord speed helps with that a lot. That's a second factory, and that is a machine shop. So we are definitely just meching it. Meching it happen right now. Can it get handled is the question. Does Hyuk have it within him to recognize what's happening here and deal with this mech opening? So usually you mech open. You could go for the Goliath mech opening. You can also go for the Vulture tank mech opening, getting spider mines and speed and siege tanks and a couple Goliaths later. But also, just straight Goliath openings are pretty strong. And there we go. Goliath production is happening right now out of that FAC. Also getting a Marine. And really walling off easy access for Vultures here. He does not want Vultures to get inside the main base through this front door at all. So Macro Hatch going to stop that from happening. I'd really like to see a third base. Is this too much to ask for a third base? There's one down here that we can't see. It's in the Fog of War. But trust me, there's a base in this general location that I'm kind of shocked is not even being attempted. Bunker coming up at the front, worried about early aggression from the Zerg player. That's what this Vulture is here for. Ooh, almost got surrounded. Almost got surrounded, but now going to kill every one of these wings. Yeah, 2-shot, pow. Ooh, 4-kill Vulture. Oh, yeah. And then really wanted that Vulture to die so he wouldn't see the Hydralisks coming out. That's what the bunker's for, is to help with the Hydralisks. Got some Goliaths in the mix. A siege tank back here would be amazing, but siege mode is not quite there yet, and this attack is going to come before that. So let's see if Hyuk... Ugh. Is he going to go? Is he waiting? I think he's waiting for the range attack upgrade to finish here. Oh, is siege mode going to finish before he actually decides to jump on in? He's waiting. I don't know what he's waiting for. His upgrade is done. I guess he's got a couple more Hydras joining the party, but that's not going to make all the difference in the world. I guess it could. It totally could, though. But look at this. Siege mode is almost complete. Something complete. And there it is. Siege mode's done. Oh, man. That might be a mistake here from Hyuk, is not moving in. He doesn't have drops, does he? I don't think he does. He's going for a lurker aspect. All right, well, Overlord comes in to scout and sees, it is mech. Okay, sees the 2 factories, sees the 3rd factory coming up, sees the armory working on an upgrade and says, okay, this is mech. I think, yeah, so he cancels lurker aspect and says, okay, let's get some more Overlords. Honestly, though, a 3rd base would be friggin' awesome, Hyuk. I don't know what I really don't know what you're worrying about here or delaying this 3rd base for, but here it is. So 3rd base. What's up, Hydralisk? Thanks for guarding this ramp for me. Faster Vulture movement, making some Mutalisks, which again, Mutas take half damage from Goliaths, but Goliaths, especially if they have the range upgrade, are very good at hitting those Mutas for about 2 or 3 times before they close to attack range. So you do have to watch out for that. But Mass Hydra, we've seen be very good against this mech opening. It's not what it is, though. Today it's going to be Mutalisks. There's your 3rd base. Music drops when absolutely nothing is happening. Mutos are going to try to do some harassment, yeah. 2 siege tanks, 3 siege tanks. Pretty scary against Hydras in general. Angle of attack is going to matter quite a bit here. So here come their Mutalisks. And we got some Goliaths at home. They don't have Charon boost, so they don't get extra hits before the Mutas close to range. They can avoid the hits much more easily because Charon boost is not here. Charon boost is now getting started, but it's going to be some time before it finishes. Meanwhile, a couple of Vultures are going to try to harass over here, but the Mutas are going to deal with those pretty easily. Mutas, this is some good Muta harass. It really is. Killing a bunch of SCVs. There was a nice advantage there on worker count for ForGG. Now it's only 3 workers ahead, plus the 3rd base popping is going to be a big advantage for Hyuk. Getting that Queen's Nest up. Yeah, I feel like when your opponent is going for a million Goliaths, that Hydras, just mass Hydras, are going to be the way. If there's just a couple, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 siege tanks, you can handle that. Especially if you come from multiple directions with your Hydras and get a surround off. What was the game that I cast? I want to say it was last week where that happened. Where it was kind of an awesome mass Hydra play. A really big, scary, like a big, scary army. I think it was Soma. But a big, scary Goliath tank army was in the middle of the map on Neo Sylphid. And then Soma just like came from here and here and here, and like somehow that side and this side, it just blah, 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 blah. Just ate it all up. And it was a super impressive engagement from him. So, oh no! Wait, the queens. Actually, no. Soma did use queens later in that game after he handled the initial attack. He handled the initial attack and then went for queens when he was ahead. I don't know if I agree with making queens this fast. There's your spawn broodling. All right, dude. I mean, look. On the channel, the number of times we've seen a game where a Zerg player goes queens against a meching Terran and wins is probably about 1 in 20. It's not never, but it's definitely not a high success rate strategy. I don't fully support it because the queens, they show up, they kill one thing, and then it's another 45 to 50 to 60 to 70 seconds before they can do anything else. They're useless supply at that point. They do nothing. They're kind of like High Templar that way, right? High Templar, once they've thrown all their storm out, they do nothing until they can storm again. So Muta's kind of sharking around trying to see, is there a third base anywhere? And actually, yes, there's one coming up. Oh, this might be amazing. At the very least, this is going to pull the command center back. Dude, great game sense from Hyuk here. He doesn't have an overlord in position, does he? Nope. No, he does not. Maybe if all these mutas were attacking, there'd be more damage happening to it. There you go. There's a radiate. Science vessels, if they don't have energy for a radiate or defensive matrix or anything, or EMP, they can still detect. So they're very nice. They have utility. But delaying the third base is nice. That's a good thing from Hyuk. And he's taking the bottom right-hand base. I like this quite a bit from him. He's getting 4 bases up, delaying the third base of the Terran fairly effectively. But man, this is what? +1/+1 Goliath with Charon boost. A lot of turrets running around, popping up all over the place. Muta's trying to get some hits off on that command center. Taking down an SCV, building a turret. Charon boost. Charon boost attacks. Crikey, mate. Alright, so if all the Goliaths are there, he says, let's go into the main base. See if we can kill some more stuff. There's only one. Honestly, killing that turret, I don't think it's too hard, but then the Goliaths are responding. Get out of there. Oh, the irradiate, though. Split it. Oh, beautiful split. No, but he brings it back in, kind of. Okay, alright, alright. Irradiate is good, man. That was, woof. 5 Mutalisks. So the Mutalisk count gets dropped a little bit. It's 125 to 125 supply at the moment. I don't think the queens have been scouted unless they've been ComSat scans, which is entirely possible. Yeah, Hydras in numbers with +1 attack and range are just going to do amazing against Vultures. They're going to kill Spider Mines with ease, and by that I mean wander into them. They were too impatient to wait for the Overlords to show up. Vultures. Oh, Vultures getting down here to the bottom right base could do some damage. There are some Hydras to defend, though. 4 Hydralisks against, boy, this many. Ah, big time engagement. Here we go. Queens are up. They are just here to get rid of all of the siege tanks, and then the Hydras can crush through. But man, it's a lot of dead queens while you're at it. I don't know that ForGG can hold this. It's looking really bad for him. On the other side, though, he's winning the engagement in the bottom right, so that's pretty fantastic. Get up the ramp. Get up the ramp. Kill all of the... Trying to block the ramp with the SCVs. It's working pretty well, but defensive matrix does not protect that Goliath from going down. SCV count is dwindling right now for ForGG, but guess what? Hyuk lost a lot of drones, too. He's down to 38. Get up the ramp. Tanks in position and actually shelling this ramp. And this bit of a choke. Your SCVs are sacking their own lives. More Hydras coming in from the right side. No support from Queens this time, though. Is it gonna be enough? It is looking pretty tight. Focusing the siege tanks down because they're the bigger threat. And then trying to take down the Goliaths. But the Goliaths are doing tons of damage nevertheless. Wow, what a hold there by ForGG. Extra tank showing up. Defender's advantage is a big deal. And now trying to resaturate this bottom right base a little bit here. A lot of SCVs died, but he still got 40 to the 39, well, 41 to 41 now. But it's even a worker count at the moment. We've got +1 attack on the Hydra still. He's working on +2 attack and +1 armor. The mech units that all share an upgrade are +2/+2 upgrade advantage at right now for 4GG. I would go up, honestly, I'd go up the ramp. I don't know why he's trying to engage on this low ground here, but he's trying to go after science vessels, but Hydras have a hard time catching up with them, especially when there are units actively defending them. There you go. Now up the ramp. Okay, this is interesting. A lot of dead Hydras right there. A lot of Hydra corpses. SCV count not pleased at all. Not pleased as punch whatsoever. Goodbye. Man, down to 37 now. Was it the mid-40s? Going to lose a supply depot. There you go. Get that guaranteed damage. Kill that stuff you can kill. The command center, I don't know if you have enough DPS to take that down now, and in fact you don't. +2 attack on the Hydras is good, but Siege Tank low ground doing serious work there. Man alive, how many kills? 1 kill, 5 kill on that one. Goliath with 3, Goliath with 2. 40 to 39 total workers. The aggression right now is through the roof from Hyuk. I'd like to see him drone a little bit more, and he is making 2 more drones to add to this bottom right-hand base. Maybe get some of the gas here too. He's a little gas-starved. He's spending his money beautifully well. I mean, 4GG doing the same thing. Oh, I forgot about the queens. The queens exist. I think getting irradiated and getting hit by Goliath is a super bad thing for them. In general, queens squishy units. Hydras really want to kill this third base. In all fairness, killing this third base may just be the key to winning the whole match. Oh, the Hydras are like, yeah, we'll engage with you while there's no siege tanks firing at us. That sounds like a great idea. The SCVs have to retreat from that position. They don't like it at all. And then look at this, just single filing in to these siege tanks with an engineering bay trying to cover them up a little bit so they're not easily target fired. But like, I mean, they're going to prioritize stuff that's hitting them. So they're going to do that with their range upgrade. Hydras get cleaned out. This is a really good nonstop game. This is an RJB replay that was sent to me over the Discord, I think. Or was it over email? I can't remember when it was. But yeah, check out RJB TV if you like StarCraft. You want another YouTube channel to sub to. Check him out. Leave him a comment. Tell him that Falcon sent you. He's been supplying me with good replays for some time. Ooh, metabolic boost getting started. We're going to make some lings, guys. I guess we had some earlier, but they didn't have metabolic boost. 56 to 41 total workers. Hyuk has a nice economic advantage at the moment. He's going to take this extractor any second now. There you go. Time for that extractor at that 4th base. He really wants to kill this 3rd. He doesn't want 4GG to get up to 4 to 5 bases. He has to kill his own Hydralisks because they've been irradiated and plagued and they have diseases. Yeah, I like the vision too. Hyuk recognizes that there is no 4th base for 4GG anywhere on location. He could be building a command center somewhere else, but no, he's not. There is an Ultralisk cavern on the way. That's what this extra gas is going to be for. Ooh, and he's expanding up here too. 4GG, you're falling behind economically. That's the song of today. 4GG, falling behind economically. Ooh, 7 HP on that dropship. Tried to sneak down this way. The Hydras are like, no. This Overlord was like, no. This Overlord provided the crucial intelligence that was required there to win. Ultralisk Cavern pops. I like the idea of Ultralisks here, especially with Dark Swarm. Consume is coming in. Overlord dead. Man, that's a lot of +3 siege tanks. This is more. This is a lot. This is a lot. You want to get them to siege up and slow down their progress here because you're going to need a lot more than this handful of Hydralisks to take down that many siege tanks. That means the 12 o'clock base here is canceled. And the drone runs for its life, but there's really nowhere to go, so he's going to get toasted. By toasted, I mean murdered. Scourge trying to connect. No, say the Goliaths. They're better at doing that than Marines are. Consume's done. Dark Swarm is up. Here we go. Oh, Scourge trying to connect, just not connecting at all there for Hyuk. Lings jumping on in. Dark Swarm up. A secondary Dark Swarm. There's your secondary Dark Swarm. Okay, so this is your happy place. Stay in there with your Lings. Get inside the Dark Swarm. Kill these siege tanks. Why are you going left, though? There we go. Peeling off to get the ones that are inside the siege tanks, and therefore they are helpless to defend themselves. They don't have Adrenal, do they? No, it's on the way. It's on the way. Plague's coming up here, too. Force the Terran player back. 139 to 129 supply. Army value is up. Dark Swarm your own Hydralisks. Are we out of? We might be out of that, actually. Siege tank. There's only 3 siege tanks left on the high ground, but 3 more joining the party, sieging up behind the rest of them. Good positioning there. And another attack trying to come down this bottom side where Hyuk is trying to expand. Hyuk may be a little bit too aggressive on the economic front here. Trying to expand a bunch of times where ForGG, I guess maybe you're denying? So you're denying expansions from your Terran opponent, but this seems really aggressive to try to take this thing. I mean, you did lose your 12 o'clock, yes, and that's bad, but trying to take this one seems very strange. Zerglings running single file to their des, accomplishing nothing. They have Adrenal now, which is nice. They have no attack upgrades at all. There's your Dark Swarm and your Adrenal. Dark Swarm Adrenal makes up for a lot of missing melee attack upgrades. But look, just say casually stepping back, but another Dark Swarm comes up. Trying to focus down Siege Tank's defensive matrix on the Siege Tank, keeps it alive for just a little bit longer. Saves the lives of some of his comrades through his incredible tanking. 136 to 110 supply, 53 to 41 total workers, but the resources lost and the units lost here is going to be insanely big. Anabolic Synthesis on the way, and there are 3 Ultras coming in. It's really trying to Dark Swarm this thing, but Spider Mines don't care about your Dark Swarm. Siege Things don't care about your Dark Swarm if they're coming from the right direction. Top left base is taken by ForGG. I'm surprised he hasn't expanded here too, actually. There's overlords watching it. Maybe that's why. Handful of Lings trying... Oh, really? This is not... Hyuk. Boy, Hyuk. Just kind of throwing Lings away into situations where he's not going to be able to win. Not ideal. I like that he's trying to take this space. He's sitting on 800 minerals. So, yeah. Maybe some more macro would be good. 300 minerals worth of Zerglings with the crackling upgrade and +1 attack is pretty good. His gas income is he's spending his gas as fast as he can. The Ultras are pretty big eaters of that gas for sure. So coming up this ramp, trying to do it without any Dark Swarm or anything. And is it working? Zerglings. Good take. Okay, that tank's dead. This tank is dead. But this Ultralisk is dead. Micros around, saves his own life. 11 kills on that siege tank. Unsieged siege tank. Taking it up. What are these? What is this? Whoa! Whoa! Was he trying to send drones in to distract tank fire so his actual units could attack here? What's going on? Dude, Hyuk! Hyuk! Hyuk, no! What is he? He's panic-linging! He's panic-linging! Like, no! I need to kill that base. I must send everything I make. Holy, zero Goliaths died there. 3 upgrades on those dudes. Dark Swarm is up. The Ultras are here. Another great Dark Swarm. We've been missing that. Is this enough for Hyuk to push this back? Another fantastic Dark Swarm. That said, you see how they're taking damage inside the Dark Swarm? Oh no, he ran outside the Dark Swarm. Oh, rip running outside the Dark Swarm. Hyuk, no. Zerg. Dude, ForGG is just meching this exceptionally well. Like an absolute boss. It's just not enough. This is not enough Ultralisks. Ultralisks are something good, but nope, that's it, man. Hyuk taps out. ForGG's your winner in 24 minutes and 31 seconds and a hiccup. That was absolutely incredible. What an absolutely ridiculously incredible match. That was well done by ForGG. He's just kind of You know, he defended a lot. He didn't kill any bases today, which is very weird for a Terran to do that in a win against the Zerg. I guess he canceled this one, it looks like twice. He harassed this bottom right base too, right? There was some harassment down there, but that hatch didn't die. He just, Hyuk was just trying to take down this third base forever and couldn't quite do it. Couldn't quite do it. His Hydra attacks sometimes got all the way up here and got some damage on that command center, killed a ton of SCVs, but just, it was a lot of Hydralisks, a lot of army does to make that thing happen. And then ForGG, making sure this doesn't happen, making sure this doesn't happen. Expanding himself top left, which I don't think ever got bothered whatsoever. And then, yeah, once you're up to 3-3 siege tanks and 3-3 Goliaths and some spider mines and some irradiates available on your science vessels, 2 thumbs up. You're going to have a good time. Gonna have a good time. So nicely done, ForGG. There is a reason I like casting your games. It's because you are legit. Too legit to quit. School. 175,000 points for ForGG. 151 from Hyuk. Outproduced the Terran by a 2-to-1 ratio, which is good but not great in a 25-minute game. Killed a 5-2 kill death ratio. Yeah, so that's your difference there. Way more units killed than lost. ForGG, way more cost efficient. Hyuk did not have the macro to keep up with it, especially against this mech. Did outspend by about 6,000 resources, but lost Ultralisks and Hydralisks and Zerglings to the Wazoo, especially those final couple minutes. That was just absolutely... It was a little bit panicking, I think, from Hyuk. It's like, okay, there's a giant mech army in the middle of the map. They're threatening. It's going to allow him to take that 6 o'clock, which is really disastrous for me, Hyuk was thinking. And they just kind of threw Hydras at it and threw Ultras at it, and it just did not work. It did not work at all. And then he started using some Dark Swarm, but he didn't have enough army. He should have held some of that back and all attacked at the end, but he didn't, and that's it. That is it. So nicely done. ForGG gets the win, and that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.